I just spent over 200 hours compiling a list of over 150 schools, figuring out exactly who is the best NFL player of all time from each one, and then making a video about it so you don't have to. Because I am sick in the head, and you're almost as messed up as I am for watching it. Over 150 players with a few little Easter eggs along the way. Here's the list. Enjoy. Michigan, Tom Brady. Simply put, we are talking about the GOAT. Selected 199th overall in the 2000 NFL Draft, Brady's career trajectory defies the odds, transforming from a write-off to an American icon. With the New England Patriots, he led the team to 6 Super Bowl victories, earning MVP honors in 4 of those championship games. His leadership, pinpoint accuracy, and overall mastery of the game allowed him to secure practically every quarterback record in the books. Brady's journey continued with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he added another Super Bowl ring to his collection. His legacy is not just in his accolades, but in his relentless, almost demented pursuit of excellence, making him proof of what's possible if you believe in yourself and outwork absolutely everyone. Florida State, Deion Sanders. Now known as Coach Prime, but formerly known as Prime Time in his playing days, Deion Sanders electrified at Florida State with his unparalleled speed and showmanship before dazzling in the NFL. Drafted 5th overall by the Atlanta Falcons in 1989, Sanders redefined the cornerback position with his flair and athleticism. His career stats include 53 interceptions, 9 of which he returned for touchdowns, highlighting his knack for game-changing plays. Sanders was not just a defensive maestro, he was also a potent return specialist and even played wide receiver, showcasing his all-time talent. With 2 Super Bowl wins, one with the 49ers and another with the Cowboys, his charisma and performance earned him the 1994 Defensive Player of the Year award. Sanders' legacy is one of entertainment, innovation, and proving that football can be as much about style as it is about substance. Alabama, Doc Hudson. Wait, that's not right. Alabama, Don Hutson. After leaving his college career in Tuscaloosa behind, Hudson became an NFL legend. Signed by the Packers in 1935 because the draft did not exist, known as one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history, Hudson revolutionized the position before the term wide receiver even existed. He led the league in receptions 8 times, receiving yards 7 times, receiving touchdowns 9 times, and won the receiver triple crown 5 times. He was also the first player to ever score 100 career touchdowns. Hudson's innovations include the fade route and techniques for eluding defenders that are still taught today. His contributions to the game earned him 4 Pro Bowls, 8 All-Pros, 3 NFL championships, and a Hall of Fame induction. Hudson's legacy at Alabama and with the Packers is one of pioneering excellence, changing the dynamics of offensive play, and transforming the role of wide receivers. Real quick before we get to our next player, if you love this type of content, subscribe so you can always get the videos as soon as they drop. Back to the video. Louisiana State University, Alan Faneca. An absolute titan at LSU, Faneca carved out a formidable reputation as one of the NFL's premier offensive linemen in the 2000s. Drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1998, Faneca dominated in the trenches with his physicality and technical chops. Over his 13-year career, he was a stalwart protector, contributing to a Super Bowl victory and earning 9 Pro Bowl selections. His consistency and skill earned him a place on the All-Decade team of the 2000s, and ultimately an induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2021. Alan Faneca's path from LSU standout to NFL legend tells a story of exceptional craftsmanship and the quiet power of leading an offense from the trenches. Notre Dame, Joe Montana. Joe Cool was Notre Dame's greatest gift to the NFL. Selected by the San Francisco 49ers in 1979, Montana's career was defined by 4 Super Bowl wins, earning MVP honors in 3 of those games. With 45 touchdown passes in the postseason, Montana was a winning machine. His legacy at Notre Dame and in the NFL is one of turning pressure into triumph. showcasing the art of quarterbacking at its finest and setting a gold standard that future generations could only hope to match. Miami, Ray Lewis. The heart and soul of Miami's defense in the mid-90s, Ray Lewis brought an intensity and leadership to the NFL that few others ever have. Drafted by the Ravens in 1996, Lewis became the symbol of defensive excellence, leading the team to 2 Super Bowl victories, earning MVP honors in one of those games. His career stats include over 2,000 tackles, 41.5 sacks, and 31 interceptions. He could chase down anyone with the ball and drop back into coverage with the best of them. Lewis's pre-game dance and post-play celebrations became just as iconic as his tackles. His impact extended beyond the field, mentoring younger players and through his community work. His legacy is one of passion, ferocity, and being the face of one of the best defenses of all time. USC, Anthony Munoz. Munoz is widely considered to be the best left tackle in NFL history. Drafted 3rd overall by the Bengals in 1980, Munoz's career was one giant run of destruction in the run game and flawless pass protection. His 9 first-team All-Pro nods and 11 straight Pro Bowls headline a practically bulletproof resume. Munoz was the anchor of the Bengals line during their Super Bowl runs in the 80s. His induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1998 was a mere formality for a player who set a standard for offensive linemen that is nearly impossible to live up to. Joe Burrow may have something to say about it in the future, but right now, Munoz is the best player in Cincinnati Bengals history. Auburn, Cam Newton. Newton turned college football's landscape upside down with his Heisman Trophy winning season in 2010, leading Auburn to a national championship that year. Drafted 1st overall by the Panthers in 2011, Newton's blend of size, speed, and arm strength introduced a new archetype of quarterback to the NFL. His rookie year was historic, throwing for over 400 yards in each of his first 2 career games and winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Newton's sledgehammer running style and gunslinger passing style gave Carolina a weapon they had never had in their franchise's history. His career totals include over 32,000 passing yards, 75 rushing touchdowns, and a 2015 MVP season that is one of the greatest quarterback seasons of all time. He couldn't get it done in the Super Bowl that year, but he remains one of the most exciting and unique quarterbacks ever. Georgia, Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis, after a notable career at Georgia, became the NFL's most explosive running back for the Broncos. Taken in the 6th round of the 1995 NFL Draft, Davis's rise was meteoric, leading the Broncos to back-to-back Super Bowl victories in the late 90s. And his 1998 season is legendary, where he rushed for 2,008 yards, earning the NFL MVP and Offensive Player of the Year awards. Davis's hard-charging style and agility resulted in 7,607 rushing yards and 60 touchdowns in just 7 seasons, marred only by injuries that curtailed his career. His induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2017 shows just how much of an impact he was able to make in such a short amount of time. Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes was a prodigious talent at Texas Tech, and he has led quarterback play in the NFL since 2018. With his arm talent and improv skills, he was selected by the Chiefs in the 1st round of the 2017 draft. Mahomes then morphed into one of the best signal callers in the league, capturing the MVP award in his first year as a starter in 2018. His ability to make every throw, from no-look passes to deep bombs, has led the Chiefs to 3 Super Bowl victories. Mahomes' stats already include over 32,000 passing yards and nearly 250 touchdowns in just his first 7 seasons as a starter, showcasing his flair for the dramatic and his penchant for turning games into highlight reels. He was seen as uber talented but very raw coming out of Texas Tech. However, in the NFL, he has turned his elite tools into one of the best passers of all time. Pittsburgh, Aaron Donald and Dan Marino. From Pittsburgh, we honor two all-timers. Aaron Donald, drafted by the Rams in 2014, wrecked games in a way no one else could from the interior defensive line, earning 7 first-team All-Pros and 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in just his first 8 seasons. He was arguably the best defensive player in the game from his rookie year until the day he retired. On the other side of the ball, Dan Marino, selected by the Miami Dolphins in 1983, changed quarterback Super Bowl in his second season. Oklahoma, Adrian Peterson. Peterson stormed into the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings after a legendary career at Oklahoma and being drafted 7th overall in 2007. Known for his extraordinary blend of speed, power, and agility, Peterson's rookie year was just a prelude to his dominance, rushing for 2,097 yards in 2012, the second most ever in a single season. His career includes 7 Pro Bowl selections and 4 All-Pro nods, underscoring his consistent performance despite numerous injuries. Peterson's comeback from a torn ACL, where he nearly set the rushing record the following season, is one of the NFL's most legendary stories. His legacy at Oklahoma and in the NFL is one of ruthless running, raw talent, and an almost superhuman ability to break tackles, leaving a mark on the game that will be remembered for generations. The University of California, Aaron Rodgers. California boy Aaron Rodgers has left a massive mark on the NFL since being drafted by the Packers in 2005. After waiting behind Brett Favre, Rodgers took the reins and never looked back, leading the Packers to a Super Bowl victory and earning Super Bowl MVP honors for his performance. His career is highlighted by a beautiful release, improvisational skills, and exceptional accuracy, evidenced by his record-breaking passer rating. Rodgers clinched 4 MVP awards over the span of a decade, showing his longevity and consistent excellence. Rodgers certainly ruffles his fair share of feathers, but it's reasonable to say he's the most naturally gifted passer in NFL history, and among the best to ever do it, whether you love him or you hate him. Tennessee, Peyton Manning and Reggie White. Tennessee has birthed 2 NFL legends, each altering the landscape of their respective positions. Peyton Manning, selected first overall by the Colts in 1998, brought a new level of preparation and intelligence to the quarterback position. He stacked up 5 MVP awards and 2 Super Bowl victories, and also set numerous records for instantly audible and lead from the line of scrimmage, makes him the most cerebral quarterback of all time. Conversely, Reggie White, drafted 4th overall by the Eagles in 1984, was a defensive end whose speed, power, and technique made him one of the most feared pass rushers ever. His career total of 198 sacks is second in NFL history, and after Philadelphia, his impact was felt in Green Bay, where he helped secure a Super Bowl victory. White is widely considered the second best defensive player in NFL history. Mississippi Valley State, Jerry Rice. Rice came from humble collegiate beginnings but rose to NFL greatness, accomplishing feats no wide receiver had done before and no receiver has done since. Drafted by the 49ers in 1985, Rice's career needs no adjectives, holding virtually every significant receiving record, including most career receptions, yards, and touchdowns. His combination of health, route running precision, and relentless work ethic led to 3 Super Bowl victories and 13 Pro Bowl selections. Rice's ability to perform in clutch situations and his longevity, playing effectively into his 40s, makes his records nearly unbreakable. But his legacy transcends statistics. He's considered by some to be the greatest football player of all time, and his journey from Mississippi Valley State to NFL immortality is a testament to dedication, talent, and the pursuit of perfection in the sport. North Carolina, Lawrence Taylor. Bill Belichick's first and only true love, LT revolutionized the linebacker position in the NFL upon being drafted by the Giants in 1981. Known for his explosive speed, ferocity, and being mentally insane, Taylor was instrumental in changing defensive strategies across the league and is widely considered the best defensive player in NFL history. He amassed 142 sacks and was a key figure in the Giants' 2 Super Bowl victories. Taylor's accolades include 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 10 Pro Bowl selections, and the 1986 MVP. His impact was not just in stats, but in how he altered the entire game, forcing offenses to adapt to his unique blend of power and agility. Lawrence Taylor simply set a gold standard for defensive play. Florida, Emmitt Smith. Smith went on to become the NFL's all-time leading rusher with the Dallas Cowboys. Drafted out of Gainesville in 1990, Smith's career was defined by his durability, vision, and relentless drive, rushing for 18,355 yards over 15 seasons. He was a cornerstone of the Cowboys dynasty in the 1990s, winning 3 Super Bowls and a Super Bowl MVP, along with 8 Pro Bowl selections, 4 first-team All-Pros, and the 1993 NFL MVP award. Smith was an important cog in an unstoppable machine. Smith's legacy is one of durability, breaking records, and cementing himself as a running back icon in the NFL's most famous dynasty. Southern Mississippi, Brett Favre. Favre became an emblem of toughness and longevity in the NFL. He's known for his time with the Packers, but he was drafted in 1991 by the Atlanta Falcons. Favre's career took off after moving to Green Bay, however, where he set an NFL record for consecutive starts at quarterback, showcasing his Iron Man status. His gunslinger style, characterized by risky yet often rewarding throws, led to 3 consecutive MVP awards from 1995 to 1997 and a Super Bowl victory in 1996. Favre's career stats include over 71,000 passing yards and 508 touchdowns, both records at the time. His passion for the game and ability to perform under pressure and even in pain have left an enduring legacy, making him a beloved figure in NFL history. Nebraska, Will Shields. Will Shields brought a bulldozing skill set to Kansas City. Drafted in 1993, Shields played all 224 games of his career with the Chiefs, earning him the reputation as one of the most dominant guards in the league. His career accolades include 12 straight Pro Bowl selections, the second most ever by an offensive lineman, and 2 first-team All-Pros. Shields was instrumental in the protection of the quarterback and opening lanes for Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson to have all-time seasons. His induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2015 was a fitting tribute to a career defined by durability, technique, and leadership. Stanford, John Elway. Elway brought a distinctive arm strength and mobility to the NFL, defining an era with the Denver Broncos. Considered the best quarterback prospect ever at the time, selected first overall in the 1983 NFL Draft, Elway's career was marked by dramatic comebacks, leading the Broncos to 5 Super Bowls and securing 2 victories at the end of his illustrious career. His dual threat capability was rare for his time, with over 51,000 passing yards and 300 touchdowns, alongside significant rushing contributions. Elway was named MVP in 1987 and was a 9-time Pro Bowler. His fight, especially in the latter part of his career, resulting in back-to-back Super Bowls, showcased his leadership and competitive spirit. Elway had it all. Athletic, strong arm, great leader. He is the ultimate quarterback blueprint. BYU, Steve Young. Young first made his mark at BYU by leading the highest-powered offense in the nation, and then he brought a unique blend of mobility, agility, and passing to the NFL. Drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 1984, he ended up in San Francisco a couple of years later, and then sat behind Joe Montana for a half-decade. But his career finally took off at the age of 31 in San Fran. He led the league in passer rating 6 times, including the 1994 season where he not only won the MVP award, but also led the 49ers to a Super Bowl victory, earning MVP honors there as well. Young's career stats include over 33,000 passing yards, 232 passing touchdowns, along with over 4,000 rushing yards and 43 rushing touchdowns. Despite not getting a real opportunity until his 30s, he became one of the most versatile and innovative quarterbacks in NFL history. Syracuse, Jim Brown. Jim Brown is hailed by some as the best running back of all time, bringing a combination of power, speed, and grace to the NFL. Drafted by the Cleveland Browns in 1957, Brown's career was nothing short of spectacular, leading the league in rushing in 8 of his 9 seasons, including a then-record 1,527 yards in a 12-game season. His versatility extended beyond rushing, as he was also a formidable receiver and blocker. Brown's accolades include 3 MVP awards and 9 Pro Bowl selections. His decision to retire at the peak of his career to pursue acting only added to his legend. His legacy at Syracuse and in the NFL is one of unmatched dominance, becoming a pioneer, paving the way and inspiring great running backs like Barry Sanders to follow. Virginia Tech, Bruce Smith. Smith emerged from Virginia Tech and became the ultimate example of both elite play and longevity on the defensive line. Selected first overall by the Bills in 1985, Smith's career was defined by his relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Over his 19 seasons, he set an NFL record with 200 career sacks. His impact on the field was recognized with 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards and 11 Pro Bowl selections. Smith was a key player in leading the Bills to 4 consecutive Super Bowl appearances, although they fell short of a championship. His induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2009 was a formality for someone whose name is synonymous with defensive excellence. As a pass rusher who was a Pro Bowler through his age 35 season and played until 40, no one has matched his career since. Tennessee Chattanooga, Terrell Owens. After making his mark at little-known Tennessee Chattanooga, T.O. brought an electrifying presence to the NFL, with his all-time yak ability and flair for the dramatic. Drafted by the 49ers in 1996, Owens quickly became known for his incredible athleticism, leading to 6 Pro Bowl selections and 5 All-Pro nods. His career stats boast 1,078 receptions, 15,934 yards, and 153 touchdowns. Fell with his mesmerizing agility and vision. His professional career was brief but brilliant. It lasted just 10 seasons, yet in that time he amassed 15,269 rushing yards and 99 touchdowns, earning the league MVP in 1997. Sanders' highlight reel runs, where he seemed to defy physics, led to 2,053 yards in his MVP season. His unique running style, characterized by sudden cuts and an uncanny ability to disappear from defenders, led to 10 Pro Bowl selections and 6 All-Pro honors. His early retirement left fans wanting more, but his legacy at Oklahoma State and in the NFL is one of unparalleled excitement, individual brilliance, and the art of making the extraordinary look routine. San Diego State, Marshall Faulk. After showing his multifaceted talents at San Diego State, Faulk became a transformative figure in the NFL with the Indianapolis Colts and later the St. Louis Rams. Drafted 2nd overall in 1994, Faulk was known for being lethal as both a runner and receiver out of the backfield. His peak came during his tenure with the Rams, where he was a key component of the greatest show on turf, leading to a Super Bowl 34 win. Faulk's career highlights include 7 Pro Bowl selections, 3 All-Pro honors, and an NFL MVP award in 2000. Faulk's career highlights include 7 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro honors, and leading the league in touchdowns for 2 consecutive seasons. With over 12,000 yards rushing and nearly 7,000 receiving, he's one of only 3 players with over 10,000 rushing and 5,000 receiving yards. As the heart of one of the most explosive offenses in NFL history, Faulk was the NFL's backfield king in the late 90s and early 2000s. UCLA, Troy Aikman. Aikman made his name in Los Angeles, and like John Elway was another thoroughbred quarterback, Aikman's career was pivotal in transforming the Cowboys from a struggling franchise into a dynasty. With his accurate arm and calm under pressure, he led the team to 3 Super Bowl victories in the 1990s, earning MVP honors in Super Bowl 27. His career stats include over 32,000 passing yards and 165 touchdowns. But his true impact was in how he managed games and always seemed to convert in clutch situations and on third down. Aikman's 6 Pro Bowl selections and induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2006 reflect his influence on the field. Some may say he was carried by an all-time great Cowboys team, but he did his job perfectly for that system, and the Cowboys would not have won those Super Bowls without Aikman steering the ship. TCU, Sammy Baugh. Sammy Baugh is often cited as one of the pioneers of the quarterback position in the NFL. Drafted by the Redskins way back in 1937, Baugh is considered the first modern NFL quarterback, introducing the forward pass as a primary offensive weapon. His accuracy and ability to throw the ball deep down the field transformed the game. He hilariously led the league in passing, punting, and interceptions in the same season. Baugh's career included 2 NFL championships, 6 Pro Bowls, and numerous records that stood for decades. His nickname, Slingin' Sammy, was fitting for his ability to throw the ball with unprecedented distance and precision. He was a trailblazer, transforming football from a run-heavy game to one where the pass would ultimately prove to be king, and inventing a style of quarterback play that would influence generations to come.
Antonio Brown, Booman University.
Brown emerged as one of the NFL's most electrifying wide receivers after being drafted by the Steelers in the 6th round of the 2010 NFL Draft. Known for his flawless route running, acrobatic catches, and the ability to play like he was 6'4" despite only being 5'10", he quickly became a household name. His career peaked with the Steelers, where he led the league in receptions and receiving yards in multiple seasons, earning him 7 Pro Bowl selections and 4 All-Pro nods. Brown's all-time great 2015 campaign with 136 catches, 1,834 yards, and 10 touchdowns cemented his status as one of the 3 best receivers of the decade. Despite later controversies, his impact on the field is undeniable, showcasing a blend of talent, work ethic, and game-changing ability. And Brown went from being the best receiver in the NFL to now being a national treasure on Twitter. Minnesota, Bronco Nagurski. A Minnesota legend, Nagurski was a force of nature in the NFL during the 1930s, playing both fullback and defensive tackle for the Chicago Bears. Nagurski's physicality and versatility were unmatched. He was as known for his bruising runs as for his tenacious defense. His contribution to 3 of the Bears' NFL championships was immense, with his ability to play both sides of the ball without substitution being a testament to his endurance and skill. Nagurski's career was highlighted by his 1943 comeback from retirement, leading the Bears to yet another championship. His legacy includes an induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1963, and the moniker the Bronco, symbolizing his untamed, powerful style of play. Nagurski's impact at Minnesota and in the NFL is one of raw power and being a monstrous two-way player in the early days of professional football. Texas, Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell, a Texas icon, brought a rare combination of size, speed, and power to the NFL after being drafted first overall by the Houston Oilers in 1978. Also known as the Tyler Rose after his hometown of Tyler, Texas, Campbell's running style was a blend of brute force and agility, making him one of the most feared rushers of his time. His rookie season saw him rush for 1,450 yards and 13 touchdowns, earning him the Offensive Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year awards. He won MVP in his second season and Offensive Player of the Year in each of his first 3 seasons. And over his time in the NFL, Campbell made 5 Pro Bowls and was named All-Pro 3 times. His impact on the field was immediate, leading the league in rushing in each of his first 3 seasons as well. Campbell's legacy at Texas and in the NFL is one of dominance, breaking tackles, and leaving defenders in his wake. Clemson, Brian Dawkins. Dawkins carved out a legendary career in the NFL, primarily with the Philadelphia Eagles, where he was drafted in 1996. Known affectionately as Weapon X for his intense and dynamic play, Dawkins was a vicious, hard-hitting safety whose energy and leadership were infectious. His career stats include 1,147 tackles, 37 picks, and 36 forced fumbles. He could ball hawk and crush receivers over the middle. Dawkins was instrumental in leading the Eagles to multiple playoff appearances, including a Super Bowl berth in 2004. His 9 Pro Bowl selections and 4 All-Pro nods speak to his consistency and impact in Philadelphia. Beyond the numbers, his pre-game speeches and on-field celebrations became part of Eagles lore. With the way the NFL rules are these days, it's sad to say we may never get another Brian Dawkins. Kansas, Gale Sayers. Also known as the Kansas Comet, Gale Sayers brought an unseen level of grace and speed to the NFL. Drafted by the Bears in 1965, his rookie season was nothing short of historic, setting a then NFL record with 22 touchdowns. Sayers was known for his incredible agility, vision, and ability to score from anywhere on the field, including in the return game, often turning potential losses into long gains or even touchdowns. His career, although cut short by injury, included 4 Pro Bowls and 5 All-Pro honors. Sayers is one of the best offensive weapons the game has ever seen. Arizona, Rob Gronkowski. Gronkowski became one of the NFL's most entertaining and dominant tight ends of all time after being drafted by the Patriots in 2010. Known for his combination of size, athleticism, and charismatic personality, Gronk transformed the tight end position with his ability to catch passes in traffic and block like an offensive lineman. His career highlights include 4 Super Bowl wins, 5 Pro Bowl selections, and 4 All-Pro honors. Gronkowski set records for tight ends, including the most receiving touchdowns in a single season with 17 in 2011. His celebratory spikes after scores became iconic, and Gronkowski's legacy in the NFL is one of joy, physical dominance, and being the best weapon Tom Brady ever had. Louisville, Johnny Unitas. Lamar Jackson is making a run for this one, but for right now, Unitas gets the nod. Often referred to as the Golden Arm, Unitas was instrumental in shaping the modern quarterback position in the NFL. Drafted by the Steelers, but famously cut before his career began because they doubted his intelligence, Unitas joined the Baltimore Colts in 1956, where he became a legend. His ability to read defenses, make accurate long passes, and lead comebacks defined his amazing career. Unitas led the Colts to 3 NFL championships and a Super Bowl, including the historic 1958 NFL championship known as the greatest game ever played. His career included 10 Pro Bowl selections, 3 MVP awards, and setting a then record for 47 consecutive games with a touchdown pass. His induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1979 was automatic for a man who changed how football was played. Unitas was the archetype for the pocket passer that future generations would emulate. Illinois, Dick Butkus. Butkus was simply an Illinois football icon. He brought an entirely new level of intensity to the linebacker position after being drafted by the Chicago Bears in 1965. Known for his aggressive tackling and tenacious play, Butkus was the NFL's premier defender in the late 60s and early 70s. His career, although curtailed by injuries, included 5 first-team All-Pro selections and 8 Pro Bowl appearances. But Butkus was not just about physical prowess. His football IQ and ability to read plays made him the most feared defender of his era. He likely would have led the league in tackles multiple times if the stat was recorded, and was notorious for his hard hits and relentless pursuit of the ball carrier. He is considered one of the best defenders in Chicago Bears history and one of the first great linebackers. Washington, Warren Moon. Moon became a trailblazer in the NFL after a standout college career. Initially overlooked by NFL teams, Moon went entirely undrafted and played in the CFL before joining the Houston Oilers in 1984, where he would prove his detractors wrong. Moon was known for his howitzer of an arm and ability to extend plays outside the pocket, leading to him becoming one of the most prolific passers in NFL history. He led the league in passing yards twice and was a 9-time Pro Bowler. His NFL career spanned 17 years, including time with the Minnesota Vikings, Seattle Seahawks, and Kansas City Chiefs, amassing over 49,000 passing yards and 291 touchdowns before retiring at the age of 44. Moon's induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2006 acknowledged his significant contributions to the game and his role in paving the way for black quarterbacks in the NFL. His legacy at Washington and in the league is one of perseverance, excellence, and breaking racial barriers in pro football. Marshall Randy Moss. After a record-breaking stint at Marshall University, Randy Moss made a near mockery of NFL secondaries. Drafted by the Vikings in 1998, his first season set the tone for his career, catching a rookie record 17 touchdowns. Moss was known for his incredible speed, leaping ability, and knack for making highlight reel catches, what we would call mossing defensive backs. His collection of stats are second only to Jerry Rice. 982 receptions, 15,292 yards, and 156 touchdowns. Moss was a 6-time Pro Bowler and 4-time All-Pro, leading the league in touchdown receptions 5 times, including a record 23 in 2007. But his impact extended beyond numbers. His presence alone changed defensive schemes. Moss was unstoppable in both college and the NFL, making pro athletes look like children trying to compete with him. Maryland Randy White. White was a cornerstone of the doomsday defense for the Dallas Cowboys after being drafted in 1975, known as the Manster for his blend of man and monster-like play. White was a versatile defensive lineman, equally effective at tackle or end. His career is highlighted by his performance in Super Bowl XII, where he was named the co-MVP, showcasing his impact on the game's biggest stage. White's consistency and dominance earned him 9 Pro Bowl selections and 7 All-Pro honors. Over his 14 seasons, he compiled 111 sacks, a number that speaks to his relentless pursuit of the quarterback and his ability to disrupt plays. Despite being a linchpin in one of the NFL's most formidable defenses and one of the most accomplished defenders of all time, Randy White is a name that is almost never mentioned. Penn State Franco Harris. After starring at Penn State, Franco Harris became a huge part of NFL history with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Drafted in 1972, he is most famously known for making the Immaculate Reception, a play that not only secured a playoff win, but also became one of the most iconic moments in football history. Harris's career was defined by his durability, vision, and power, rushing for over 12,000 yards and scoring 91 rushing touchdowns, leading the Steelers to 4 Super Bowl victories in the 1970s. His contributions earned him 9 Pro Bowl selections and the Super Bowl IX MVP award. Harris's style of play, characterized by his ability to break tackles and his knack for making the most of short yardage situations, made him a Steelers legend. From Penn State to Pittsburgh, he is immortalized as a Pennsylvania football icon. Georgia Tech Calvin Johnson. Otherwise known as Megatron for his superhuman athletic capabilities, Calvin Johnson made his mark at Georgia Tech before becoming a god with the Detroit Lions. Drafted 2nd overall in 2007, Johnson's size, speed, and contested catch ability made him a nightmare for defenders. In his career, he amassed 731 receptions for 11,619 yards and 83 touchdowns, setting a single-season receiving yards record with 1,964 in 2012. His dominance on the field was recognized with 6 Pro Bowl selections and 3 All-Pro nods. Johnson's ability to jump over defenders for catches and his strength to break tackles after the catch was unmatched by other receivers. And his early retirement only added to his mythic status, causing fans to wonder what he could have done if the Detroit Lions' losing ways didn't discourage him from continuing to play into his 30s. Southern Methodist University, Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson became one of the most electrifying running backs in NFL history upon being drafted by the Los Angeles Rams in 1983. Known for his distinctive upright running style and exceptional speed at 6'3", 220 pounds, Dickerson set the single-season rushing record with 2,105 yards in his sophomore season, a mark that still stands. Over his career, he rushed for 13,259 yards and 90 touchdowns, making him one of only 9 players with over 13,000 rushing yards. His accolades include 6 Pro Bowl selections, 5 All-Pro honors, and the NFL Offensive Player of the Year award in 1986. Dickerson's impact was not just in his stats, but in how he changed the way running backs were used in the offense, often breaking long runs from seemingly nowhere. Joe Theismann once said Dickerson didn't have a signature running style, that his style was just few, gone. Ole Miss, Patrick Willis. After demolishing SEC offenses at Ole Miss, Patrick Willis became an instant tackling machine in the NFL. Drafted by the 49ers in 2007, Willis was known for his speed, pursuit ability, and football IQ, quickly becoming the face of the 49ers defense. In his first season, he won the Defensive Rookie of the Year award and was named to the All-Pro team, setting the tone for a career that included 7 Pro Bowl selections and 5 All-Pro honors in just 8 seasons. His career was cut short by a toe injury, but not before he had amassed 950 tackles, 20.5 sacks, and 16 forced fumbles. Willis's leadership on and off the field, coupled with his relentless play style, made him one of the most respected players of his era, helping return the 49ers to the top of the NFL landscape. Arkansas, Lance Alworth. Famously known as Bambi for his speed and grace on the field, initially taken 8th overall by the 49ers in the 1962 NFL Draft, and 9th overall by the Raiders in the AFL Draft, Alworth chose to play in the AFL and was traded to the San Diego Chargers, where he quickly made his mark. His career was highlighted by his ability to stretch the field, making him one of the first deep threat receivers. Alworth led the AFL in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns 3 times each. His AFL accolades include 6 straight All-AFL selections and an AFL championship. After the AFL-NFL merger, he continued his career with the Dallas Cowboys, winning a Super Bowl before retiring and becoming the first AFL player to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Alworth was a key figure in elevating the AFL's reputation, setting the stage for the modern passing game. Texas A&M, Von Miller. Von Miller was one of the NFL's best defensive players in the 2010s after being drafted 2nd overall by the Denver Broncos in 2011. Known for his speed off the edge, versatility, and knack for making huge plays, Miller was the premier 3-4 outside linebacker in his prime. His career highlight includes being named Super Bowl 50 MVP after a stellar performance that included 2.5 sacks and constant pressure on Cam Newton. At the time of this recording, Miller has accumulated 127.5 sacks, 8 Pro Bowls, and 3 All-Pros. He isn't the player he used to be, but for a period of time, it was Von Miller and J.J. Watt as the 2 best pass rushers in the game. Wyoming, Josh Allen. Allen's NFL career got off to a slow start. He was one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL as a rookie, but he has since blossomed into one of the NFL's most dynamic quarterbacks. Drafted by the Bills in 2018, known for his strong arm, mobility, and toughness, Allen has more than dispelled doubts about his accuracy from college, leading the Bills to multiple playoff appearances. His ability to extend plays with his legs, run over defenders, and make throws from various arm angles has made him an even better version of Cam Newton. Allen's career highlights include 5 straight seasons with 40 touchdowns, 2 Pro Bowl nods, and guiding the Bills to an AFC Championship game. Similar to Patrick Mahomes, his growth from a raw, supremely gifted QB into a refined passer and leader has been vital for the Bills' resurgence as a franchise. He has brought excitement back to the city of Buffalo. Boston College, Luke Kuechly. After being drafted by the Panthers in 2012, Kuechly became an instant elite player in the NFL. Renowned for his exceptional football IQ, tackling prowess, and coverage instincts, Kuechly was named Defensive Rookie of the Year and followed that with the Defensive Player of the Year award in just his second season. Kuechly was a straight-up tackling machine, leading the league in this category twice. His accolades include 7 Pro Bowl selections and 5 All-Pro honors in only 8 seasons. His early retirement due to concussions was a loss for the NFL, but in his short time in the league, it's not an exaggeration to say he was one of the best linebackers of all time. Purdue, Drew Brees. After an illustrious college career at Purdue where Brees set numerous Big Ten passing records, he became one of the most prolific and accurate quarterbacks in NFL history. Drafted by the San Diego Chargers in 2001, but truly making his mark with the New Orleans Saints. Brees transformed the Saints from a struggling franchise into a perennial contender, throwing for 5,000 yards 5 times and leading them to a Super Bowl 44 victory, where he was named Super Bowl MVP. Known for his precision, quick release, and remarkable durability, Brees set records for the most career completions, passing yards, and touchdown passes before those records fell to Tom Brady. His 13 Pro Bowls and numerous individual awards make him one of the most decorated quarterbacks of all time. Brees' impact extended beyond the field, revitalizing New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina with his community involvement. And delivering wins didn't hurt the city's morale either. Brees wasn't the biggest QB in stature, nor did he have the strongest arm, but he was every bit as unstoppable as Brady or Peyton Manning in the regular season. Utah State, Bobby Wagner. Wagner was the heart of the Legion of Boom in Seattle after being drafted in 2012. Known for his intelligence, speed, and tackling ability, Wagner has been a consistent force at linebacker, earning him 6 Pro Bowl selections and 6 All-Pro honors. The man has racked up over 1,800 tackles. Quarterbacking Seattle's defense, his contributions were crucial in leading them to their Super Bowl 48 win. Wagner is one of the best middle linebackers of this generation, and he's still going strong in Washington. Cincinnati, Travis Kelce. Kelce has become more well known for dating Taylor Swift than for his actual football ability, but he is the most prolific receiving tight end of all time. Drafted by the Chiefs in 2013, known for his exceptional hands, route running, and ability to rack up extra yards after the catch, Kelce quickly established himself as a vital part of the Chiefs' dynamic offense way back in the Alex Smith era. His career highlights include 9 Pro Bowl appearances, 4 All-Pro selections, and being the primary weapon in the Chiefs' 3 Super Bowl runs. Kelce's chemistry with quarterback Patrick Mahomes has led to record-setting performances, including the most receiving yards by a tight end in a single season in 2020. His charisma and on-field celebrations have made him a fan favorite. Kelce's resume at tight end in terms of production and winning is only rivaled by Rob Gronkowski. Buffalo, Khalil Mack. The University of Buffalo isn't exactly known for churning out NFL superstars, but Khalil Mack became an immediate monster in the league. Drafted 5th overall by the Oakland Raiders in 2014, known for his versatility, strength, and relentless motor, Mack has been a dominant force on defense, capable of playing multiple positions. His 3rd season earned him the Defensive Player of the Year award, showcasing his ability to demolish plays from the edge. And after moving to the Chicago Bears, he continued his elite play, even willing Chicago to the playoffs. Mack's career includes 8 Pro Bowl selections and 3 All-Pro honors, with his 100-plus sacks and 32 forced fumbles reflecting his game-changing presence. But still going strong in Los Angeles, Khalil Mack isn't done just yet. Fresno State, Davante Adams. After an outstanding run at Fresno State, catching passes from Derek Carr, Adams has risen to become one of the best receivers of the generation. Selected by the Green Bay Packers in the 2nd round of the 2014 draft, Adams is admired for his incredible chemistry with Aaron Rodgers, ability to make catches in traffic, and his pure route-running artistry. He's been one of the best touchdown scorers of the past decade at receiver. and his career is marked by 6 Pro Bowl appearances and 3 All-Pro selections, with 2 seasons where he led the league in receiving touchdowns. Adams' elite possession skill set and his reliability as a go-to target in crucial moments have made him the centerpiece of every offense he's been in. His continued elite play in Oakland proved he was more than just a product of Aaron Rodgers, and he's still one of the best receivers in the league on the Jets, despite their disappointing season. Nevada, Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick brought a new dimension to the QB position after he supplanted Alex Smith in 2012. Drafted by the Niners in 2011, his unicorn blend of running and huge arm led the 49ers to a Super Bowl appearance in his first season as a starter. Of course, Kaepernick's career became more well known for social activism, as he famously took a knee during the national anthem to protest racial injustice and police brutality, sparking a national conversation for years. His impact on the field included setting a record for most rushing yards by a quarterback in a single game. Sadly, NFL defenses figured Kaepernick out within a few years, but his electric 2012 was some of the most explosive quarterback play of the decade. Tulane, Matt Forte. Forte is perhaps the most underrated running back of the 21st century. Drafted by the Bears in 2008, known for his vision, patience, and elite ability as both a runner and a receiver, Forte was truly a borderline Hall of Fame caliber dual threat out of the backfield. He quickly made an impact, rushing for over 1,200 yards in his rookie year. And over his career, Forte amassed nearly 10,000 rushing yards and nearly 5,000 receiving yards, to go along with 2 Pro Bowls. His durability and consistency were hallmarks of his tenure with the Bears, but he was overshadowed by Adrian Peterson being in the very same division. Had he entered the league 5 years later than he did, I believe his career would have stuck out a lot more. Baylor, Mike Singletary. After his time at Baylor, Singletary became one of the most iconic and intense linebackers in NFL history. Drafted by the Bears in 19, Singletary was the heart of the legendary 46 defense that led the Bears to a Super Bowl 20 victory. His fierce glare and relentless pursuit of the ball carrier made him a feared opponent. Singletary's accolades include 7 first-team All-Pro selections, 10 Pro Bowl appearances, and 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. His career was defined by his ability to read plays and his unmatched tackling, often playing through pain and injuries. Singletary's legacy at Baylor and with the Bears is one of passion, leadership, and setting a standard for linebacker play that influenced generations of players. Michigan State, Morten Andersen. Morten Andersen became the NFL's all-time leading scorer with an unprecedented career that spanned from 1982 to 2007, playing for multiple teams but most notably the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Known for his consistency, leg strength, and longevity, Andersen was drafted in the 4th round by the Saints in 1982. He set numerous records, including the most field goals and most points scored. Andersen's ability to perform under pressure, particularly in clutch situations, earned him 7 Pro Bowl selections and 3 All-Pro honors. His career was highlighted by his precision and calm demeanor, making him one of the most reliable kickers in NFL history. Houston, Ed Oliver. After a dominant college career at the University of Houston, Ed Oliver has brought his unique blend of size, speed, and technique to the NFL. Drafted 9th overall by the Bills in 2019, known for his ability to disrupt offenses from the interior defensive line, Oliver has shown flashes of brilliance early in his professional career. His college accolades include multiple All-American selections and being considered one of the best defensive linemen in college football. And in the NFL, Oliver has been working to fulfill his first-round draft status, with his quick first step and versatility allowing him to impact plays both against the run and pass. His development into a consistent force on the Bills' defense will be crucial in their pursuit of the franchise's first Super Bowl. Troy DeMarcus Ware. Ware burst onto the scene in Dallas as one of the most feared pass rushers of the 2000s after being drafted by the Cowboys in 2005, known for his explosive speed off the edge and versatility to terrorize quarterbacks whether in a 3-4 or 4-3 scheme. Ware quickly became the cornerstone of the Cowboys defense. His career highlights include leading the league in sacks twice, accumulating 138.5 career sacks, 9 Pro Bowl selections, and 4 All-Pro nods. Ware's move to the Denver Broncos in later years added to his legacy, contributing significantly to their Super Bowl 50 win. His combination of athleticism, work ethic, and leadership on and off the field made him not just a player, but a mentor to younger teammates. Ware's legacy at Troy and in the NFL is one of dominance, consistency, and being a model of how to excel through hard work and dedication. North Dakota State, Carson Wentz. After leading North Dakota State to multiple FCS national championships, Wentz entered the NFL with high expectations when he was taken second overall by the Philadelphia Eagles in 2016. Known for his size, arm strength, and mobility, Wentz rose to elite status in his sophomore season, going 11-2 as a starter in a year that he would have won MVP if not for a torn ACL that put a premature end to his season. Despite the injury, his performance helped set the stage for the Eagles' Super Bowl 52 victory. Unfortunately, Wentz's career took a turn for the worse, and he has become infamous for a rapid decline, and he is now on his 5th team in the past 5 years, currently backing up Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. Arizona State, Darren Woodson. After his time at ASU, Darren Woodson became a pivotal part of the Dallas Cowboys defense. Drafted in the 2nd round in 1992, known for his versatility, intelligence, and hard-hitting style, Woodson was a key player in the Cowboys' 3 Super Bowl victories in the 90s. He played safety, but was also utilized in various defensive roles as a Swiss Army knife for Dallas. Woodson's career was highlighted by his tackling ability, with nearly 1,000 tackles, and his ball hawking ability with 23 interceptions throughout his career. His 5 Pro Bowl selections and 1 All-Pro nod show how important of an asset he was to the Cowboys dynasty. As a vital part of one of the NFL's most successful defenses, Woodson is one of the 10 best safeties of all time. Eastern Illinois, Tony Romo. After an incredible college career at Eastern Illinois where he won the Walter Payton Award for the best player in Division I AA football, Romo became a beloved figure in Dallas, where he signed as an undrafted free agent in 2003. Known for his remarkable improv skills and accuracy, Romo rose to become the Cowboys' starting quarterback, supplanting Drew Bledsoe after holding the clipboard for several years. His career was highlighted by 4 Pro Bowl selections and leading the league in passer rating in 2014. Romo quarterbacks to watch, and despite injuries and playoff struggles, his leadership and clutch performances left an indelible mark on Cowboys fans. After retiring, Romo transitioned into a successful broadcasting career. Noted for his insightful commentary, Romo's legacy at Eastern Illinois and in the NFL is one of determination, quarterback wizardry, and a unique journey from undrafted to one of the league's most recognizable faces. UCF, Brandon Marshall. Marshall became one of the best receivers in the league during the late 2000s and early 2010s after being drafted by the Broncos in the 4th round of the 2006 NFL Draft. With his running back-like skill set after the catch and ability to make contested catches, after a quiet rookie season, Marshall established himself as a dominant force in year 2. His career is highlighted by 6 Pro Bowl selections, excelling with 4 different franchises, and breaking the record for most catches in a game with 21. Marshall's physical presence on the field and his knack for getting open in tight coverage made him a quarterback's dream target. Despite some off-field controversies, his on-field contributions, including 970 receptions and 12,000 yards, cement his place in the top 25 receivers of all time. Kansas State, Darren Sproles. After an electrifying college career at Kansas State, Darren Sproles brought his unique blend of speed, agility, and versatility to the NFL. Drafted by the Chargers in 2005, known for his diminutive size yet explosive play, Sproles was a multifaceted threat as a running back, return specialist, and receiver. His career highlights include 3 Pro Bowl selections with memorable performances during his time with the Chargers, Saints, and Eagles. Sproles was especially noted for his return abilities, contributing to his single-season record for all-purpose yards. His impact on games wasn't just in scoring, but in his ability to change field position and momentum with his returns. Given his size, Sproles was never going to match his legendary production at Kansas State in the NFL, but he was still an extremely dangerous weapon for over a decade. Northern Iowa, Kurt Warner. After taking the most unconventional path from Northern Iowa to the NFL, Kurt Warner became perhaps the most inspiring story in league history, famously going from stocking shelves at a grocery store to leading the St. Louis Rams to a Super Bowl victory and Super Bowl MVP. Playing in the Arena Football League before joining the NFL, Warner's journey was marked by resilience and unexpected success. His career included 2 in Northern Iowa and in the NFL is one of perseverance, proving that talent can emerge from any level, and inspiring countless others with his story of going from obscurity to NFL legend. Since you're still with me, please subscribe to help the channel grow so I can pump out more quality content for you. Back to the video. Coastal Carolina, Josh Norman. Norman became one of the NFL's premier cornerbacks for a very brief period of time. Drafted by the Panthers in the 5th round of the 2012 NFL Draft, known for his confidence, lockdown coverage, and rivalry with Odell Beckham, Norman's breakout season came in 2015 when he was named to the All-Pro First Team and led the league in pick sixes. His swagger and trash talking on the field made him a polarizing figure, but his ability to shadow and shut down some of the league's best wideouts was undeniable. After leaving the Panthers, he continued his career with the Washington Redskins and Buffalo Bills, where he was never able to replicate the success he had in Carolina. Toledo, Kareem Hunt. After showcasing his talents at Toledo, Kareem Hunt burst onto the NFL scene with the Kansas City Chiefs, after he was drafted in the 3rd round of the 2017 draft. His rookie season was nothing short of spectacular, leading the league in rushing yards and placing 2nd in Offensive Rookie of the Year voting. Hunt lacked long speed, but his vision and strength made him an immediate impact player. Although his career faced challenges off the field, leading to a stint away from the game, he returned to prove his value with the Cleveland Browns, serving as a complement to Nick Chubb. And Isaiah Pacheco's injury opened up the door for Hunt to return and continue his NFL career in Kansas City, at least for the rest of 2024. Wake Forest, Michael McCrary. This is one of the least known players on the list, but Michael McCrary was drafted by the Seahawks in the 7th round of the 1993 draft and carved out a significant role as a defensive end. His career took off when he joined the Baltimore Ravens, where he played a role in their Super Bowl 35 victory. McCrary's stats include 71 sacks over his career, with 2 Pro Bowl selections during his peak years. Virginia, Rondé Barber. After an illustrious career at Virginia with his twin brother Tiki, Rondé Barber became one of the NFL's most versatile and enduring defensive backs. Drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 3rd round of the 1997 draft, known for his intelligence, coverage skills, and exceptional ability at both cornerback and safety, Barber was a mainstay in the Buccaneers defense for 16 seasons. He caught 47 interceptions, finished near the top of the tackle leaderboard among all defensive backs in history, and his famous 92-yard interception return for a touchdown in the 2002 NFC Championship game propelled Tampa Bay to the Super Bowl. Considered by many to be the greatest play in Buccaneers history, Barber's 5 Pro Bowl selections and 3 All-Pro nods reflect his consistent excellence. His legacy at Virginia and with the Buccaneers is one of longevity, versatility, and being a key figure in one of the NFL's best defenses during the early 2000s. West Texas A&M, Mercury Morris. Mercury Morris brought his speed and elusiveness from West Texas A&M to Miami. Drafted by the Dolphins in 1969, known for his nickname Mercury due to his quickness, Morris was a key component of the Dolphins' historic undefeated season in 1972, where he and Larry Kasanka became the first teammates to each rush for over 1,000 yards in the same season. His career was marked by 3 Pro Bowl appearances and being a part of 2 Super Bowl winning teams. Morris led the league in rushing touchdowns in 1972 as well, showcasing his ability to find the end zone and contribute to the Dolphins' 1970s legacy. Temple, Joe Klecko. After a standout career at Temple, Joe Klecko became one of the best players in Jets franchise history. Drafted in the 6th round in 1977, known for his versatility, strength, and relentless play, Klecko was a pivotal member of the New York Sack Exchange, one of the most feared defensive lines in NFL history. His most unique achievement is being the only player in NFL history selected to the Pro Bowl at 3 different positions on the defensive line: end, tackle, and nose tackle. Klecko led the league with 20.5 sacks in 1981, a year before the sack became an official statistic. His contributions were finally recognized with his induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2023. Klecko's legacy at Temple and with the Jets is one of toughness, adaptability, and being a defensive force that altered the dynamics of the game. South Carolina, Sterling Sharpe. After a prolific college career at South Carolina, Sterling Sharpe became one of the NFL's premier wide receivers for the Green Bay Packers. Drafted 7th overall in the 1988 NFL Draft, known for his route-running precision, reliable hands, and ability to make contested catches, Sharpe quickly established himself as a favorite target. His career, although cut short by injury in 1994, was marked by 5 Pro Bowl selections, 3 All-Pro nods, and leading the league in receptions and touchdowns multiple times in only 7 seasons. His production trailed only Jerry Rice during that time. Sharpe was on pace to be one of the best receivers in NFL history before his retirement due to a neck injury. If he'd been able to play through the 90s with Brett Favre force-feeding him the ball, who knows what he could have done. Sharpe's legacy in the NFL is one of brilliance, potential, and what could have been, leaving fans to ponder his place among the all-time greats. Rutgers, Deron Cherry. Deron Cherry was one of the NFL's most decorated safeties of the 1980s, despite going undrafted in 1981. Known for his exceptional coverage skills, intelligence, and ability to play multiple positions in the secondary, Cherry emerged as a cornerstone of the Chiefs' defense in his 3rd season. His career was highlighted by 6 Pro Bowl selections, 3 All-Pro honors, and tallying 49 interceptions over a 9-year stretch. Cherry's knack for reading plays and his ball-hawking ability made him a constant threat in the defensive backfield. His contributions were not only in statistics but in leadership, helping shape the Chiefs' defense throughout the 80s. Cherry seems to have slipped through the cracks of NFL history, but he was one of the best defenders of the 80s and a model of what a complete safety could be, leading to his induction into the Chiefs' Hall of Fame. Akron, Jason Taylor. After making his mark at a small program, Jason Taylor became one of the NFL's most iconic defensive ends. Drafted by the Miami Dolphins in the 3rd round of the 1997 NFL Draft, known for his combination of speed, strength, and versatility, Taylor redefined the defensive end position. Over his career, he amassed 139.5 sacks, 46 forced fumbles, and was named the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2006. Taylor's accolades include 6 Pro Bowl selections, 3 All-Pro honors, and his induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2017. During his time in Miami, he was one of the best defensive players in the league, and he was also a class act off the field, being named the Walter Payton Man of the Year in 2007. Jason also has a sister, Joy Taylor, who has worked her way up the ladder at Fox Sports through honesty and hard work. Western Michigan, Greg Jennings. Greg Jennings became a key component of the Green Bay Packers passing game. Drafted in the second round of the 2006 NFL Draft, known for his speed, precise route running, and ability to make big plays, Jennings quickly established himself as a go-to receiver for Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers. His career highlights include 2 Pro Bowl selections and playing a significant role in the Packers' Super Bowl 45 win, where he caught 2 touchdowns. Jennings' knack for getting open in critical moments and his reliability in the clutch made him a fan favorite in Green Bay. His career also included stints with the Minnesota Vikings and Miami Dolphins after his prime. He had a short peak, but he is best remembered for being a top target for 2 of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. Liberty, Rashad Jennings. This one is a deep cut. If you were playing fantasy football back in 2013, you may remember Rashad Jennings. Drafted by the Jaguars in the 7th round of the 2009 draft, Jennings briefly carved out a role in the league with several teams, most notably the Raiders and the Giants. His career highlight came in 2015 when he led the Giants in rushing yards. He never racked up any sort of individual accolades, but he had a nice little run from 2013 to 2015. Idaho, Jerry Kramer. Jerry Kramer became an integral part of the old-school Green Bay Packers dynasty during the 1960s. Drafted in the 4th round of the 1958 NFL Draft, which back then was only 39th overall, Kramer was known for his role as a right guard. He was pivotal in Vince Lombardi's famed Packers sweep, showcasing his pulling ability and blocking prowess. His career included 5 NFL championships and 2 Super Bowl victories, cementing his place in football history. Kramer was named to the NFL's 50th anniversary all-time team, reflecting his excellence in an era where offensive linemen often went unnoticed. His blocking was crucial in some of the most iconic moments in Packers lore, including the famous Ice Bowl game-winning play. After a career in which he overcame numerous injuries and surgeries, Kramer was finally inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2018, acknowledging his contributions to the game, one of the founding fathers of offensive line play. Colorado State, Joey Porter. Joey Porter was one of the NFL's most feared linebackers from the early to mid-2000s. Drafted by the Steelers in the 3rd round of the 1999 NFL Draft, known for his intensity, leadership, and ability to disrupt offenses, to a Super Bowl 40 victory. As a pass-rushing outside linebacker, his calling card was getting to the quarterback, amassing 98 sacks over his career. Porter's career also included stints in Arizona and Miami, where he had a career year in 2007. His 4 Pro Bowl selections and 1 All-Pro honor highlight his on-field excellence. He also has a son, Joey Porter Jr., who plays corner for the Steelers just like his dad.
Sizzle. Ball So Hard University.
From his fictional alma mater known as Ball So Hard University, Terrell Suggs became an all-time great Raven after being drafted 10th overall in the 2003 draft. Known for his relentless pass rushing ability, Suggs was a cornerstone of the Ravens defense with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, leading them to a Super Bowl 47 victory. His career is highlighted by 139 sacks, placing him 8th all-time, and his unique ability to play both linebacker and defensive end. Suggs earned 7 Pro Bowl selections and was named the Defensive Player of the Year in 2011. His impact wasn't just in stats, but in his leadership, trash talking, and celebrations that became part of his iconic status. Suggs' legacy at his humorously dubbed university and with the Ravens is one of ferocity, longevity, and being a pivotal part of one of the NFL's most respected defenses of the 2000s and early 2010s. Hawaii, Jesse Sapolu. Another lesser-known player on this list, Sapolu became a linchpin of the 49ers offensive line in the 1990s, after being drafted in the 11th round of the 1983 NFL Draft. Known for his versatility on the line, playing both center and guard, Sapolu was instrumental in the 49ers dynasty that won 4 Super Bowls during his tenure, earning 2 Pro Bowl selections along the way. His ability to adapt to different positions along the line was crucial in the 49ers' offensive schemes under coaches Bill Walsh and George Seifert. Post-retirement, he has been active in promoting Polynesian football culture, co-founding the Polynesian Football Hall of Fame. His legacy at Hawaii and in the NFL is one of quiet excellence, versatility, and being a key contributor to one of the most successful dynasties in NFL history. Southern Illinois, Jim Hart. Hart became a longtime quarterback for the then St. Louis, now Arizona Cardinals, celebrated for his ability to extend plays and his fierce competitiveness. His tenure with the Chargers was marked by memorable comebacks and a deep connection with his teammates. After his time with the Chargers, Rivers ended his career with the Indianapolis Colts. He didn't have the prettiest throwing motion, but it more than got the job done. South Carolina State, Harry Carson. Carson became a dominant force in the NFL as a linebacker for the New York Giants, drafted in the 4th round of the 1976 draft. Known for his intelligence, tackling ability, and leadership, Carson was a key player in the Giants' defense throughout the late 70s and 80s, culminating in a Super Bowl 21 victory. His career accolades include 9 Pro Bowl selections and being named to the NFL's 1980s All-Decade Team. Carson was also recognized for his role in the NFL Players Association, advocating for players' rights. He was finally inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2006. Kent State, Jack Lambert. Lambert is one of the most intimidating and respected linebackers in NFL history. His resume is absolutely stacked. Drafted by the Steelers in the 2nd round of the 1974 draft, known for his fierce intensity, Lambert was a cornerstone of the Steel Curtain, a defense that led the Steelers to 4 Super Bowl victories in the 1970s. His career was marked by his ability to diagnose plays, his hard-hitting style, and his famous toothless snarl, which is the subject of one of the most famous pictures in NFL history. Lambert's accolades include 9 Pro Bowl selections, 6 All-Pro honors, and being named the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1976. Missouri, Kellen Winslow Sr. After a standout career at Missouri, Winslow revolutionized the tight end position in the NFL. Drafted by the Chargers in the 1st round in 1979, Winslow was known for his exceptional catching ability, speed, and toughness. He was ahead of his time, blending the skills of a wide receiver with the blocking of a traditional tight end. His most memorable performance came in the 1981 AFC Divisional Playoff game against the Miami Dolphins, where he played through exhaustion and injury in what became known as the Epic in Miami. The game encapsulated Winslow's career, which included 5 Pro Bowl selections, 3 All-Pro nods, and his induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1995. Winslow's legacy in the NFL is one of innovation, redefining the tight end role and showcasing the position's potential for game-changing plays. Indiana, Pete Pihos. Drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 5th round in 1945, known for his ability to play multiple positions including end and receiver, Pihos was a key component of the Eagles' championship teams in 1948 and 49. His career was highlighted by his receiving skills, amassing significant yardage and touchdowns for his era, and his defensive prowess, where he had a knack for forcing fumbles. Pihos earned 6 Pro Bowl selections and 5 All-Pro honors, showcasing his two-way excellence. His induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1970 recognized his contributions not just in stats, but in the evolution of the game, particularly in how defensive ends were utilized and being a pioneer in the transformation of the end position. Oregon State, Steven Jackson. Jackson was one of the NFL's elite backs in the 2000s. Taken by the Rams in the 1st round of the 2004 draft, known for his combination of size, speed, and power, Jackson was a workhorse back, similar to the style of Marshawn Lynch, but with even better receiving chops. His career included 8 consecutive 1,000-yard rushing seasons, showcasing his reliability and endurance. Jackson's accolades include 3 Pro Bowl selections, and he ranks among the top rushers in NFL history with over 11,000 yards. His leadership on and off the field, particularly with the Rams during their challenging years, made him a beloved player in St. Louis. Miami of Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger. Taken by the Steelers 11th overall in the 2004 draft, known for his size, arm strength, and ability to perform under pressure, Big Ben quickly led the Steelers to Super Bowl 40 in his second season, securing the first of his 2 championships. His career was characterized by resilience, often playing through injuries and a knack for late-game comebacks, evidenced by the fact that he is 3rd all-time in fourth-quarter comebacks. Roethlisberger's accolades include 6 Pro Bowl selections and leading the Steelers to countless playoff appearances. His toughness and leadership were instrumental in maintaining the Steelers' competitive edge over his long tenure. Big Ben is a borderline top 10 quarterback of all time. New Mexico, Brian Urlacher. Urlacher became one of the NFL's most iconic linebackers. Drafted by the Bears with the 9th overall pick in 2000, known for his elite speed, tackling ability, and ability to cover the field from sideline to sideline. Urlacher was the engine of the Bears' defense, even helping them reach Super Bowl 41. His career was distinguished by 8 Pro Bowl selections, 4 All-Pro honors, and being named the Defensive Player of the Year in 2005. Urlacher's unique blend of size and agility made for one of the best pass-defending middle linebackers of all time. His induction into the Hall of Fame in 2018 reflects his significant impact in Chicago, one of the best players the Bears have ever had. Oregon, Dan Fouts. Accuracy, drafted by the San Diego Chargers in the 3rd round in 1973, Fouts transformed the Chargers into an offensive powerhouse in the late 70s and early 80s, leading the Air Coryell system that revolutionized passing in the NFL. His career highlights include leading the league in passing yards 4 times, earning 6 Pro Bowl selections, and winning Offensive Player of the Year in 1982. His induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1993 was a testament to changing the perception of what an NFL offense could achieve through the air. Idaho State, Jared Allen. Allen was one of the league's most destructive pass rushers, taken by Kansas City in the 4th round in 2004. Known for his long hair, relentless motor, and bull rush move, Allen's career was marked by his ability to disrupt offenses from the edge. His accolades include 4 first-team All-Pro selections, 5 Pro Bowl appearances, and leading the league in sacks twice. His career sack total stands at 136, placing him 12th all-time, and the peak of his career came in Minnesota, where he recorded a 22-sack season. Allen is a finalist for the Hall of Fame class of 2025. University of Nevada, Las Vegas, Randall Cunningham. Gun with the Cowboys is one of heroism, leadership, and embodying the spirit of comebacks, making him one of the most revered figures in NFL history. Ohio State, Cris Carter. After leaving Columbus as the greatest receiver in Buckeyes history, Carter became great in the NFL. Drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 4th round in 1987, his early NFL years were overshadowed by alcohol and substance abuse issues, but his move to the Vikings in 1990 marked the beginning of his Hall of Fame journey. Known for his exceptional hand-eye coordination, concentration, and ability to make difficult catches look routine, Carter was an artist. Over his career, he amassed 1,101 receptions, 13,899 yards, and 130 touchdowns, leading the league in touchdown catches 3 separate times. His consistency and leadership were recognized with 8 Pro Bowl selections and 2 All-Pros. Carter also helped mentor Randy Moss and formed a lethal 1-2 punch with him on the field. His legacy in the NFL is one of redemption, one of the most talented receivers ever who won personal battles to fulfill his potential. Iowa, Emlen Tunnell. A pioneering figure in the NFL, Tunnell was not just the first African American to play for the Giants, but also one of the NFL's earliest stars at the safety position. Known for his versatility, Tunnell excelled as both a defensive back and a kicker decades. His career stats include 79 interceptions, which at the time was also an NFL record. Tunnell's journey to the NFL was unique. After serving in the Coast Guard during World War II, he returned to school, playing football at Iowa before joining the Giants in 1948. His 9 Pro Bowl selections and induction into the Hall of Fame in 1967 are testaments to his impact, a player who broke both records and barriers. South Florida, Jason Pierre-Paul. After making his mark at USF, JPP followed in the steps of Michael Strahan and Justin Tuck to become the next great Giants pass rusher, known for his explosive speed off the edge. His career highlight came during the 2011 season, where he was instrumental in the Giants' Super Bowl 46 victory, earning a Pro Bowl selection, and was the best defender in the league in some people's eyes. And despite blowing his hand to smithereens with fireworks in 2015, Pierre-Paul bounced back remarkably, adapting to a compromised hand and returning to play at a high level. His career also included a stint with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he contributed to another Super Bowl win. Florida Atlantic University, Alfred Morris. Morris broke into the NFL with a bang after being drafted by the Redskins in the 6th round in 2012. Known for his no-nonsense running style, he made an immediate impact, finishing 2nd in the league in rushing yards as a rookie with 1,613. His work ethic and ability to produce with limited fanfare earned him a place in the hearts of fans. Morris was a key component of the Redskins' pistol offense, showcasing his vision, patience, and power. Although he never replicated the exact success of his rookie year, he remained a consistent performer, also running well for the Cowboys and 49ers. His career is highlighted by 2 Pro Bowls, and his legacy in the NFL is one of hard work, surprising success, and outperforming his Day 3 draft status. Florida International University, T.Y. Hilton. One of the NFL's most electric wide receivers in the mid-2010s, Hilton was drafted by the Colts in the 3rd round in 2012. Known for his long speed and ability to burn corners deep, Hilton eventually established himself as Andrew Luck's favorite target, taking the reins from an aging Reggie Wayne. His career contained 5 1,000-yard seasons. Hilton's knack for making acrobatic catches and his ability to turn short passes into significant gains earned him 4 Pro Bowl selections as well. His explosiveness in offenses that were otherwise largely void of speed made him a fan favorite in Indy. Truly the Colts' best receiving weapon of the 2010s. Bowling Green, Doug Smith. Despite going undrafted in 1978, Smith's dedication and skill quickly earned him a spot on the Los Angeles Rams roster, where he would go on to become one of the best centers of his era. Over his 14-year career, all with the Rams, Smith was known for his reliability, intelligence, and ability to anchor an offensive line that supported running backs like Eric Dickerson during his record-breaking season. Smith was selected to 6 Pro Bowls, underlining his consistency and importance to the Rams' success, a key component of one of the best lines of the 1980s. Kentucky, George Blanda. One of the most extraordinary careers in NFL history, Blanda was initially drafted by the Chicago Bears in the 12th round in 1949, and his career spanned from 1949 all the way to 1975. Playing until he was 48. He was unique in his versatility, serving not just as a quarterback but also a kicker, making him one of the first true dual-threat players in terms of position. His career stats are staggering, including over 26,000 passing yards, 236 touchdown passes, and 335 field goals. His longevity, adaptability, and contributions to the Bears, Oilers, and Raiders earned him 4 Pro Bowls and an induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1981. Tulsa, Steve Largent. Statistically, the greatest white boy receiver of all time. Drafted by the Seattle Seahawks in the 4th round in 1976, the first year of the franchise's existence. Known for his consistency, route-running precision, and exceptional hands, Largent quickly became the go-to receiver for the Seahawks, setting numerous records over his career. His accolades include 7 Pro Bowl selections and being named to the NFL's 1980s All-Decade team. Largent's career stats at the time of his retirement included 819 catches, 13,089 yards, and 100 touchdowns, all of which were league records before Jerry Rice came along and shattered them. And beyond the numbers, Largent was celebrated for his leadership, work ethic, and professionalism. becoming a role model for players and fans alike. He was the first all-time great Seahawk, ultimately inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1995. University of Texas at El Paso, Aaron Jones. One of the more underrated backs in the NFL right now, drafted by the Green Bay Packers in the 5th round in 2017, Jones is known for his gliding speed, vision, and ability to make defenders miss in the open field. He now finds himself in Minnesota, where he has become a huge part of the Vikings offense. But his breakout came in 2019 when he led the league in touchdowns with 19. Showcasing his scoring prowess and versatility as both a runner and receiver out of the backfield. Jones has been electric whenever healthy thus far in his career, earning a Pro Bowl selection and establishing himself as a fan favorite in Green Bay and Minnesota. And Jones has a chance to win a Super Bowl in Minnesota. Rice, Frank Ryan. While nowhere near the best player on this list, Frank Ryan had a unique career. Drafted by the Rams in the 5th round in 1958, Ryan was known for his intelligence, having earned a PhD in mathematics from Rice, which he balanced with his football career, even teaching while playing for the Browns. His most significant impact came with the Browns, where he was traded in 1962. In Cleveland, Ryan led the team to back-to-back NFL championship games, winning in 1964. He was also recognized for his innovative approach to the quarterback position, being one of the first to wear a helmet with a radio for play calling. His career accolades include 3 Pro Bowl selections and setting the Browns' record for most touchdown passes in a season at the time. Wisconsin, J.J. Watt. Honorable mention to Russell Wilson, but ultimately J.J. Watt was the pick. After being taken 11th overall by the Texans in a loaded 2011 class, known for his exceptional work ethic, strength, and intensity, Watt quickly became a nightmare for AFC South signal callers. His career is highlighted by 3 NFL Defensive Player of the Year awards, racking up sacks, batted passes, forced fumbles, and even receiving touchdowns. Watt's accolades include 5 Pro Bowl selections and 5 All-Pro honors, with 2 seasons where he led the league in sacks. His philanthropy, especially during the Houston floods, added to his legacy, earning him the 2017 Walter Payton Man of the Year award. After his time with the Texans, he moved to the Arizona Cardinals, where he continued to play at a high level before retirement. The best defensive player of the 2010s at peak. Air Force, Chad Hennings. This list is loaded with Cowboys. Hennings, drafted by Dallas in the 11th round in 1988, but due to his commitment to serve in the Air Force, didn't join the Cowboys until 1992. Hennings has no individual accolades to speak of, but he contributed to one of the most storied defenses in NFL history, playing a role in the Cowboys dynasty that secured 3 Super Bowl victories within 4 years. Army, Alejandro Villanueva. After his service at the United States Military Academy at West Point, Villanueva transitioned from a military career to becoming a standout offensive tackle in the NFL. But first, he went undrafted in 2010 and then tried out for the Bengals as a tight end. And after not making the team, he returned to military service. He was eventually signed by the Steelers in 2014 after serving 3 tours in Afghanistan. Villanueva's size at 6'9", combined with his agility and protective instincts, made him an asset to the Steelers' offensive line. He became a full-time starter in 2015, quickly establishing himself as one of the league's top tackles, earning 2 Pro Bowls while continuing to support military causes and veterans off the field. Utah, Steve Smith Sr. This is someone corners did not want to mess with. Smith was one of the NFL's most dynamic and fiery wide receivers in his prime. Drafted by the Panthers in the 3rd round in 2001, initially known for his return abilities, Smith quickly morphed into a full-time wide receiver, where even at 5'9", his combination of speed, route running, and after-catch ability made him a nightmare for defenses. After missing practically the entire 2004 season with a broken leg, he secured the elusive wide receiver Triple Crown, leading the NFL in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown receptions in 2005. and earning the Offensive Player of the Year award. Over his career, which also saw him play for the Baltimore Ravens, Smith amassed nearly 15,000 yards and 81 touchdowns, earning 5 Pro Bowl selections and 2 All-Pro nods. His intensity on the field, memorable celebrations, and confrontations with defenders became part of a passionate persona that complemented his play. Iowa State Matt Blair. Drafted by the Vikings in the second round in 1974, from the mid-70s to the early 80s, he made 6 Pro Bowls and was named an All-Pro 1 time. He played a big role in the Vikings defense known as the Purple People Eaters, which was one of the best defensive units of its time. Louisiana Lafayette Charles Tillman. Paired with Brian Urlacher, Tillman, one of the league's best cornerbacks, led some of the best defenses of the 2000s. Drafted by the Bears in the second round in 2003, known for his peanut punch technique, where he would force fumbles with a well-timed punch, Tillman was a one-of-a-kind corner. He caught 38 interceptions, but more uniquely, forced an absurd 44 fumbles, including a league-leading 10 in 2012. He ranked 6th all-time in fumbles forced on a list almost exclusively comprised of linebackers and linemen. Tillman's accolades include 2 Pro Bowl selections, 2 All-Pro honors, and the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award in 2013. After a long stint with the Bears, he concluded his career with a Super Bowl appearance with the Panthers in 2015. Georgia Southern Jerick McKinnon. Adrian Peterson's 2014 suspension opened the door for McKinnon to emerge as a rookie. Drafted by the Vikings in the third round in 2014, known for an amazing combine, raw athleticism, and receiving skills out of the backfield, McKinnon maintained a significant role in the Vikings offense for years before earning a 4-year deal with the 49ers. His San Fran stint was wrecked by injury, but McKinnon finally found a new role in 2021 with the Chiefs, excelling in pass protection and as a receiver, contributing to their Super Bowl 57 victory. It would have been interesting to see him truly unleashed in San Francisco, but McKinnon had a great career nonetheless. Memphis Isaac Bruce. After leaving school as the best player in Memphis history, Bruce became one of the NFL's greatest wide receivers. Drafted by the Rams in the second round in 1994, Bruce was a central figure in the greatest show on turf, an offense that led the Rams to a Super Bowl 34 victory, a Super Bowl in which he caught the 73-yard game-winning touchdown. He had a long and productive career, amassing over 15,000 receiving yards and 91 touchdowns, which earned him 4 Pro Bowl selections. His ability to stretch the field and make catches in traffic made him a favorite target for quarterbacks like Kurt Warner and Mark Bulger. Bruce's legacy is that of a foundational piece in one of the most dynamic offenses in NFL history. San Jose State Jeff Garcia. Before starring in the NFL, California boy Jeff Garcia spent 4 years with the Calgary Stampeders in the Canadian Football League. He dominated enough to earn an opportunity with the San Francisco 49ers in 1999. Known for his mobility and game management, Garcia quickly became a fan favorite in San Fran, leading the Niners to the playoffs in multiple seasons. His best year came in 2000 when he threw for 4,200 yards and 31 touchdowns. Garcia's career also included stints with the Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, both as a backup and a starter, showing he could step up when needed and adapt to different systems. His journey from the CFL to the NFL, combined with his resilience in the face of numerous changes, Garcia is one of the best undrafted quarterbacks of all time. Eastern Washington, Cooper Kupp. The FCS was no match for Kupp, who won the Walter Payton Award as the best player in FCS football as a junior. Playing at a small program, he fell to the third round of the 2017 draft before the Rams snatched him up. Since then, he has become one of the NFL's premier wide receivers. His 2021 season was nothing short of historic, leading the NFL in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns, securing the receiver triple crown, an All-Pro selection, Offensive Player of the Year award, and to top it off, That season culminated in Kupp being named the Super Bowl 56 MVP after catching the game-winning touchdown. Like T.O. and Jerry Rice, Kupp went from shredding small school competition to being even more dominant in the NFL. Mississippi State, Chris Jones. Jones is quietly becoming an all-time great defensive tackle. Taken by the Chiefs in the second round of the 2016 draft, known for his explosive first step, strength, and versatility along the defensive line, Jones quickly established himself as a disruptive force. His ability to pressure and sack the quarterback from the interior is second only to Aaron Donald over the past decade. Jones has been the leader of a Chiefs defense that has been just as good, if not better, than the offense in recent seasons. So far, he has been named to 6 Pro Bowls and earned 2 first-team All-Pro honors. But his career is far from over, as he looks to pad his resume with a 4th Super Bowl. Vanderbilt, Jay Cutler. Since Cutler's Bears release and exit from the league, he has become a bit of a meme. But it's best we don't overlook the talent he was. Drafted by the Broncos in the first round of the 2006 draft, Cutler could sling it. He had a huge arm and an ability to make all types of throws. Cutler quickly moved to the starting role, showcasing his talent. However, his most impactful years came with the Chicago Bears, where he was traded in 2009. During his tenure with the Bears, Cutler led the team to 1 playoff appearance, and showed flashes of brilliance with his deep ball accuracy. Despite criticisms regarding his leadership and occasional inconsistency, his career statistics place him among the league's top passers in terms of yards and touchdowns during his career. Cutler's accolades include 1 Pro Bowl selection in 2008, but his legacy is largely one of raw talent and high potential that he never quite lived up to. Georgia State, Will Lutz. Another kicker and possibly the weakest entry on the entire list. Lutz is an above-average kicker in the NFL, currently nailing kicks for the Broncos. He made the Pro Bowl in 2019 with the Saints. Appalachian State, Dexter Coakley. Another Cowboy. Coakley was drafted by Dallas in the 3rd round in 1997. Although he missed out on the 90s Super Bowls, Coakley was damn good in his own right in the late 90s and early 2000s. His ability to cover running backs and tight ends in pass defense, combined with his knack for stopping the run, made him one of the league's standout linebackers, earning 3 Pro Bowl selections. He ended his career with the Rams before retiring after the 2006 season. Thank you for watching this far. We are almost done, so if you haven't yet, please subscribe and let's finish up the list. East Carolina, Chris Johnson. Now this is a fun one. Drafted by the Titans in the 1st round in 2008, known for his breakaway speed, vision, and elusiveness, Johnson burst onto the scene with a fantastic rookie season, rushing for over 1,200 yards. But his career highlight came in 2009 when he ran for 2,006 yards, joining an elite club of players to break the 2,000-yard mark, and earning him the nickname CJ2K and the Offensive Player of the Year award. Johnson's speed was legendary, famously running a then-record 4.24 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine. His career also included stints with the New York Jets and Arizona Cardinals, though he never replicated the sheer dominance of his early years. The University of Alabama at Birmingham, Roddy White. After his time at UAB, White became one of the NFL's top receivers. Drafted by the Falcons just 3 picks after Aaron Rodgers in 2005, White quickly became the focal point of the Falcons' passing attack. His breakout came in 2007, the first of 6 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. His career was highlighted by his chemistry with quarterback Matt Ryan and his pairing with Julio Jones, forming one of the deadliest receiver duos in the league. He made 4 Pro Bowls and was named to the All-Pro team in 2010. White was one of the lone bright spots for a Falcons franchise that largely struggled in the late 2000s and early 2010s. North Texas, Joe Green. Drafted by the Steelers in the 1st round in 1969, better known as Mean Joe Green, for his fierce, intimidating presence on the field, he was the foundation of the Steelers' steel curtain defense. which led to 4 Super Bowl victories in the 70s. He earned an insane 10 Pro Bowl selections, 4 All-Pro honors, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, was named to the All-70s Decade team, and despite his nickname, Green was named the NFL's Man of the Year in 1979. Green's induction into the Hall of Fame in 1987 and being named to the NFL's 75th anniversary all-time team cement his legacy as a transformative figure in the evolution of defensive play in the NFL. West Virginia Sam Huff. Drafted by the Giants in the 3rd round in 1956, known for his aggressive playing style, Huff was a cornerstone of the Giants' defense in the late 50s and early 60s, helping lead them to the 1956 NFL Championship as a rookie. Huff's impact was so significant that he was named to the NFL's 1950s All-Decade team, showcasing his dominance early in his career. Huff ended his career with the Redskins, but his accolades include 5 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros, 2 top 4 MVP finishes, and an induction into the Hall of Fame in 1982. Northwestern Otto Graham. Finally, one of the most famous names in NFL history. Otto Graham is one of the NFL's most influential quarterbacks. He was drafted by the Detroit Lions in the 1st round of the 1944 NFL Draft, but chose to play in the All-America Football Conference with the Cleveland Browns. Known for his dual-threat capabilities, leadership cannot be overstated. A trailblazer for the modern quarterback, setting standards for leadership and performance that are still admired today. University of Massachusetts Victor Cruz. Cruz's career got off to a lightning quick start despite being signed as an undrafted free agent in 2010. Known for his salsa dance touchdown celebration and his meteoric rise from undrafted to stardom, Cruz quickly became a fan favorite in New York. His breakout sophomore season came in 2011, where he led the team in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns, earning a Pro Bowl selection and helping the Giants to a Super Bowl 46 victory. Although injuries later affected his career, Cruz was beloved by fans, having only grown up a few miles from MetLife Stadium, a triumphant underdog story for a hometown kid. UConn Byron Jones. Clearly, UConn is a basketball school, but Byron Jones was a solid player. He set a literal world record with a 12-foot 3-inch broad jump at the NFL Combine before being drafted by the Cowboys in the 1st round in 2015. Obviously known for his exceptional athleticism, Jones played both corner and safety early in his career, and in 2018 he made the Pro Bowl as a corner. After leaving the Cowboys, Jones moved to the Miami Dolphins, where he spent 2 seasons before washing out of the league after 2021. Jacksonville State, Eric Davis. Davis was taken by the Niners in the 2nd round in 1990 and quickly found his footing in the league, playing corner, ending up on the opposite side of Deion Sanders during the Niners' 1994 Super Bowl season. Davis's best individual season came in 1995 when he made one of his 2 Pro Bowls and was named an All-Pro. Kennesaw State, Bron Breakker. Kennesaw State has only ever had 1 player drafted, so we're taking the opportunity to highlight a guy who never even played in the NFL. Bron Breakker, whose real name is Bronson Rechsteiner, after his college football career at Kennesaw State University, has carved out a role for himself as the potential future face of the WWE. However, it's worth noting his brief journey in football. Breakker was signed by the Baltimore Ravens as an undrafted free agent in 2020, playing the fullback position. His stint in the NFL was short-lived, however, as he was released that summer, leading him to pivot to professional wrestling, following in his family's footsteps, becoming a WWE superstar. Louisiana Tech Willie Roaf. Drafted by the Saints in the 1st round in 1993, Roaf quickly established himself as one of the premier O-linemen in the league. He was dominant at left tackle, protecting the quarterback and providing lanes for the running game. Roaf's accolades include 11 Pro Bowl selections and 7 All-Pro honors in 13 seasons. After his time with the Saints, he played for the Kansas City Chiefs, where he continued to excel into his mid-30s on one of the best offensive lines ever. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2012. Middle Tennessee, Kevin Byard. Staying in state, drafted by the Tennessee Titans in the 3rd round in 2016, Byard has been one of the most consistent safeties in the league over the past decade. With his tackling and coverage ability, Byard quickly made an impact in the NFL. His breakout came in his 2nd season, where he led the league with 8 interceptions, earning him a Pro Bowl and an All-Pro selection. He has played both free and strong safety during his career, making huge plays at both spots. He spent the 2024 season with the Chicago Bears, where he has notched his 4th 100-tackle campaign. Sam Houston State, Josh McCown. Originally taken by the Arizona Cardinals in the 3rd round in 2002, McCown spent time with 9 different teams over 17 years as a journeyman backup quarterback. While never a consistent starter, he stepped in admirably at various points throughout his career. Specifically, the highlight of his career with the Bears in 2013, throwing for over 1,800 yards and 13 touchdowns in less than a half season, and playing so well it caused a quarterback controversy with Jay Cutler. His journey through the NFL as a player was a rocky one, but he now finds himself thriving as the quarterback's coach for the Minnesota Vikings, playing no small part in the revival of Sam Darnold's career. Western Kentucky, Tyler Higbee. Drafted by the Rams in the 4th round in 2016, Higbee has had some scorching hot stretches in his career, with both Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. His career took a significant leap in 2019 when he became a primary target in the second half of the year. He continued to play a key role for Sean McVay for multiple years, even aiding in the Rams' journey to Super Bowl 56. He tore his ACL at the end of the 2023 season, but has returned to play in Week 16 of the 2024 season. Ball State, Brad Maynard. Our first punter of the list. 2000s OGs remember Brad Maynard, at least from Madden. He was a good player who spent 15 years in the NFL punting for the Giants, Bears, and Browns. The University of Ohio, Vince Costello. Costello was a linebacker from 1957 to 1968 for the Browns and Giants, but he had no individual accolades to speak of. Eastern Michigan, Max Crosby. Drafted by the Raiders in 2019, Crosby fell to the 4th round. Known for his relentless motor, work ethic, and trash talk, Crosby has become one of the NFL's greatest characters. Crosby's stuck in Raider purgatory for now, but it has been no fault of his own. He's been one of the best pass rushers of the 2020s so far, leading to 3 Pro Bowl selections and receiving votes for Defensive Player of the Year. It will be exciting to see how he fares in comparison to Myles Garrett and TJ Watt going forward. Arkansas State, Demario Davis. Drafted by the Jets in the 3rd round in 2012, Davis has been a rock-solid 3-down linebacker. His career took a significant leap when he joined the New Orleans Saints, quarterbacking their defense and making an all-pro team. And he's still going strong in the Big Easy, just having wrapped up one of the most productive seasons of his career. James Madison, Charles Haley. Drafted by the 49ers in the 4th round in 1986, Haley was an elite pass rusher, and for 2 decades, also the winningest player in NFL history, with 5 Super Bowl rings, 2 with the 49ers and 3 with the Dallas Cowboys. He recorded 100.5 sacks, 5 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros, and was part of the 2015 Hall of Fame class. His fiery personality and competitive spirit made him a feared opponent and a respected teammate. Old Dominion, Taylor Heinicke. Initially signed by the Vikings as an undrafted free agent in 2015, Heinicke's football journey has not been smooth sailing, with stints on practice squads and in the XFL before finally finding his opportunity with the Washington football team. His first big shot came in 2020 when he was thrust into a starting playoff role after Dwayne Haskins was benched. After his stint in Washington, he spent a season with the Falcons and now finds himself in Los Angeles backing up Justin Herbert. South Alabama, Gerald Everett. Drafted by the Rams in the 2nd round in 2017, Everett has become a serviceable tight end. He only has one season above 500 yards, but he has been decent for the Rams, Seahawks, Chargers, and now the Bears. Texas State, Bob Young. Drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals in the 19th round in 1964. Known for his strength, Young played a crucial role in an era when the Cardinals were beginning to emphasize modern weight training in their preparation. He had a 16-year career that included 2 Pro Bowls, but he was also an accomplished strongman competitor, finishing 2nd and 5th in the 1977 and 79 World's Strongest Man competitions. University of Louisiana Monroe, Stan Humphries. A starting quarterback drafted by the Redskins in the 6th round in 1988, Humphries had his most significant impact with the San Diego Chargers after being traded there in 1992. His career highlight came in '94 when he led the Chargers to their first and only Super Bowl appearance in the modern era. Northern Illinois, Michael Turner. One of the NFL's most explosive running backs for a brief period of time, drafted by the Chargers in the 5th round in 2004. He was blocked by LaDainian Tomlinson for 4 years in San Diego, so Turner's breakout finally came after joining the Atlanta Falcons in 2008, where he was immediately thrust into the starting role. His first season with the Falcons was nothing short of spectacular, rushing for 1,700 yards and finishing 2nd in MVP voting. Turner was celebrated for his burner nickname, reflecting his ability to break long runs and find the end zone. Over his career, he amassed over 7,000 rushing yards and 66 touchdowns, but those numbers could have been far higher if not for Tomlinson holding him back in his early days. Boise State, Ryan Clady. A fantastic left tackle, drafted 12th overall by the Broncos in 2008, Clady quickly established himself as one of the league's best protectors, earning 4 Pro Bowl selections in his first 5 seasons. His rookie year was particularly amazing, where he allowed just a half sack in 16 games. Clady helped keep Peyton Manning upright during some of his most productive years as well. Injuries derailed his career in the mid-2010s, but his impact was undeniable. New Mexico State, Roy Gerela. Our last kicker, good riddance. Gerela was in the league from 1969 to 1979. He kicked primarily for the Steelers during their dynasty of the 70s and was beloved in Pittsburgh. He even had a fan club called Gerela's Gorillas. He also had stints with the Oilers and the Chargers. He made 2 Pro Bowls. Charlotte, Larry Ogunjobi. Slim pickings from Charlotte, Ogunjobi is an active player drafted by the Browns in 2017. He has no individual accolades, but he currently starts at defensive tackle for the Steelers. Duke, Sonny Jurgensen. One of the most prolific passers of his time, drafted by the Eagles in the 4th round in 1957, Jurgensen was ahead of his time, particularly in an era when the passing game was still developing. His most significant impact came with the Washington Redskins, where he was traded in 1964. Jurgensen led the league in passing yards 5 times and touchdowns twice. Despite playing in an era where passing was not as celebrated, he managed 5 Pro Bowl selections and was named All-Pro once. His legacy includes being one of the first quarterbacks to embrace the forward pass as a primary strategy, influencing the evolution of the NFL's offensive play. Jurgensen's induction into the Hall of Fame in 1983 acknowledges his significant contributions to the game. There you have it, a journey through the collegiate roots of some of the NFL's greatest legends. From the powerhouse programs to Mississippi Valley State, these schools helped shape these players into the stars we've admired on the field. If you love NFL mini docs, click on this playlist to watch more now, and subscribe for more NFL content.